Good morning, folks. Today is May 31st, last day of May. Day 104, I believe is what it is. And anyway, getting ready to leave Harpers Ferry. We will go across the bridge. About halfway across the bridge, we're going to be in Maryland. So West Virginia didn't last a long time, but we'll be in Maryland. I'll probably acknowledge the trail in West Virginia. Might acknowledge it again in Maryland too, just to say I've acknowledged it in both states. But anyway, want to go ahead and say good morning. We'll be getting started in just a second. Got Gary and Bluegrass over here. Gary letting us off, gave us a ride, helped arrange a room for us and everything, so I want to thank him. And like I said, we'll get started in just a second. You can see this is where we left off. You can see that's the fire station behind us. So we'll be getting started in just a second. All right, we are coming out of Harpers Ferry. I'm going to acknowledge the trail this today. That's acknowledged in West Virginia. And we'll have to cross over the bridge right here. At least I think this is where we cross over. And this is the Potomac River here. And about halfway across that bridge, we'll be in Maryland. Did find out that sign in the rock was for talcum powder. It was actually an advertisement for talcum powder. And just over years, I think it was painted on. The paint has faded out. So we are crossing the Potomac. And you can see right over there is where the Shenandoah comes in. The pillars you see right there were the original bridge. They left the pillars there. There's the original bridge coming into town. It's interesting coming across here, all the padlocks locked in the fence, and then some of these downright dangerous looking. They had to go across the other side of the fence. I wouldn't want to fall in that water. Looks mighty rocky down below. You can see all the padlocks. We are in Maryland now, but I never saw a sign that delegated the Maryland state line. Wish I'd have seen that, but anyway, we're on a little bike path for a while, so not much to see here, so I'll wait till we get in the woods, where it looks more like the Appalachian Trail instead of a bike path. Nice view of the Potomac right here. We are still on our bike path. It is a beautiful morning this morning. About 7 o'clock. In the 60s. Nice cool morning. Great to start off. Got this nice, smooth, level bike path to get our legs warmed up before we have to go in the woods and climb a hill. I know we have one big hill climb getting back up on the ridge this morning. Didn't look like it's going to be too awful bad, but we'll see. We don't know how many miles we're going to do today. Once again, it depends on how our legs feel. We'll see how we go from there. Now look at here, folks. We got Smokey hiking with us again. So we got Smokey and the Bandit going into the woods. Let me acknowledge a trail on the Maryland side. Finally going into the woods. Didn't take long to get back to reality that we're on the Appalachian Trail. Back to the rocks. They're not too awful bad, but we just finished our might still be in the middle of our first big climb of the day. When I look off to the right, we still got some climbing to do, I think, but yeah, we do. We're in the middle of a switchback. Nice to have a little bit of a breather though. Yeah, I figured we had some more climbing to do. Yeah, we're definitely still climbing. Thank goodness for switchbacks though, because it's a long way down that hill. Today's been a very pleasant hike. But so far there hasn't been a lot of views, so see a pile of rocks, take a picture of that. This site is called Gath's Empty Tomb. It is a site on the 18th, 19th century grave site that was never used. Right here it is, George Alfred Castle. Grave site that was never used. It's right here on the trail. And a lot of kids on a field trip here today. So we're not gonna stay here long. We're probably just gonna walk through and see what we can see. Apparently this is a historic site as well. I'll leave that there so you guys can read it. Once again, the wonders of YouTube is you can always pause right here. I'm not sure of all the history here, folks, so what I'm doing is I'm coming across, showing you all of the different signs that are here. So you guys can pause on those if you want to read it, and you can see what this is all about, because I'm not sure what it's all about. Interesting structure, though.
Pictures with my daughter here a long time ago.
Got a little turned around right up here, but bluegrass did happen to spot that blaze there, so we're coming up here through the grass. It's not really a trail, so it messed us up. Surprised with all the people walking across here that it hasn't packed down. No real sign about what that structure is or was. Nice little touch. These are more of the kids from the field trip. So I better stop videoing. Trail's back to being a little bit closer to normal, but it's still a nice wide trail. But it's looking more like a trail than a road now. Looks like we got a turn coming up. But we're turning this way. Looks like we're getting ready to come up on our first view of the day. Of course, I think there's a lot of the field trip kids here, so I'm gonna have to ask them if they'll let us come get a video. Let me turn this off so I can ask that. Hey guys, this is our first view of the day. We're sharing it here with a bunch of 5th grade kids, I think. They're here on a field trip.
Oh yeah, we are too.
So it's a beautiful view. Wanted to get it for you guys, let you guys see it. Overlooking the whole valley up in Maryland. All right, so we'll see it in a little bit. All right, folks, we got our tunnel for the day. You know, we gotta have at least one a day. So this is it. Had to laugh earlier at the 5th grade kids. It was kind of funny. One of the kids looked at us and said, "Excuse me, sir, how far are you hiking?" We told him we were going all the way to Maine. He got all excited and looked at his teacher, and I forget what her name was, but it was Miss So-and-so, Miss So-and-so. I found a thru hiker, I found a thru hiker. Didn't realize we were lost, but it was kind of funny. It was cool. They get so excitable. Love little kids. Got us a little bit of Maryland mountain laurel now. All through here. One thing I have noticed as we've gotten farther north, still seeing the mountain laurel, but not seeing a lot of rhododendrons. So I don't know if they have them because they keep going further north, but I do know that they're less and less prevalent. Coming on the transmission line. Usually when we have the transmission lines, we get good views, so we'll see what we're getting here. Oh yeah. Got us a little bit of a view out through there. Let you zoom in and see maybe a little bit more of it. We got a little bit of a view. Came up on an old cemetery. It's got some historical meaning. So this is called Wise's Field. And there was a battle right near here. Got the caretaker taking care of it right now. Trail goes back in the woods right over there. So we'll be heading there after we take a short break. Walked up here to see the monument. I don't know if you can read it. The monument, it marks the spot where Major General Jesse Lee Reno, commanding the 9th Army Corps of U.S. Vols, was killed in battle on September 14th, 1862. So they got a monument here for him. Got us a little bit of a view out here next to it. Didn't really go and look at the historical significance of that church. There's a little church right here. Looks a whole lot smaller from the back than it did from the side, but I didn't get my camera pulled out to show you from the side. But it's all stone, even with a stone roof. So we're going up and going back into the woods. Coming up on the Washington Monument, just came across the parking lot. I think we're in the Washington Monument Park. There's a shelter, bluegrass is up there. They call it Mount Vernon. Should be at the monument in about 1/10 of a mile. This isn't the Washington Monument you think about. It in D.C. This was totally different. Those of you who have watched videos on the trail probably know what I'm talking about. But anyway, this one's totally different. It's right off the trail, so we're gonna see it in just a minute. view. Oh, wow. About 4:30 in the afternoon. Sun's riding low, but it makes the shadows look pretty. And this section we're going through is full of mountain laurel. And it just, whole place is white. It's sort of surreal, but it's beautiful. And it just keeps going. This is interesting. Trail goes right between the houses. I think we're getting ready to go under an interstate too by the sound of it. So we're actually going over the interstate, and there's people up here having the truck drivers blow the horn, so I'm gonna turn this off. So this overpass has a lot of the padlocks on it. A lot of people going across it. It's our first creek crossing of the day. This we're going to get our water for the night, and we're only about 2/10 of a way from the campsite, so this will be it. Today was a long day. We finally made it to camp. Did 26.5 miles today, so did a marathon today. Anyway, it was a long day, and the terrain was very forgiving. It was not a difficult day as far as ups and downs. We had a lot of rocks, but very few big hill climbs. I think we had 2 big hill climbs today. But it's one of those days where the terrain was right for walking. The temperature was cool. It was in the 70s. Just made for good walking. So like I said, we did about 26.5 miles today. We ought to sleep well tonight. We've already eaten. I know you guys want to see us setting up camp, but after days like this, it's just hard to video. All you want to do is get something to eat and get it in your belly, get your stretches done, and get in your tent. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And if you can look, you can see Bluegrass. His tent's way down there. We're on the side of a hill, as you can tell, but there's flat spots carved out in it. My site's right here, so I will be here tonight. We're in the woods. We're at mile 1053, I believe. Yeah, 1053, 1053.2 or something like that. But anyway, it was a good day. It was a good day. So we're gonna go and get in bed, or get in the tent anyway, and start editing some videos and getting things ready for tomorrow. And we'll see you on the trail tomorrow. So until then, this is Bandit. we're still heading north.